Atlanta News First meteorologist JD Dishroon here, and we're going to be going over our first alert weather days for the next 2 days. We have one for both Sunday and for Monday, and that's going to be putting a little bit of a damper on your morning plans. But the good news is neither day is a washout for the entire day there. Now, today we're going to start off with, because it was exceptionally beautiful out there, we saw our temperatures climbing back up into the 70s across most of the state. In fact, we got up to 76 degrees today, and our morning low of 56, also well above average. So a beautiful afternoon. I hope you got out and enjoyed it. Unfortunately, tomorrow we have some big changes that are going to be returning to the forecast. So we're going to be seeing much cooler temperatures roll back in, and we're also going to be seeing some wetter conditions roll back in as well. Meanwhile, in the 8 o'clock hour, we're looking at temperatures at 64 degrees here in Atlanta. Beautiful shot there. Unfortunately, with the dark skies, you can't see that. We do have clouds that have rolled in throughout the afternoon and into the evening, and that's something we're going to watch as we make our way through the day. We have a beautiful shot here of Truist Park. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. I was trying to show you the radar because we do have showers that have already started to work their way in to the southeast with that next system that's going to be moving into our direction. And what that's doing is it's starting to pull in the moisture from the Gulf and allowing it to tap into a little bit of that instability. So we got a few showers and thunderstorms for folks who are going to be back into Mississippi and into the southern Texas and Louisiana areas. There you go. You can finally see it there. Meanwhile, as we go on in towards the next few days, what we are going to notice is that moving into our direction and also helping to give us the moisture as well. Meanwhile, what you can expect as we make our way into hold on one second. Everything is giving me issues all at once here. So apologize for me while I do have just a little bit of technical difficulty. Everything decided to stop working at once, but I think I've got it figured out for you here. Meanwhile, as we tap into our temperatures right now, what we're noticing are 50s and 60s across North Georgia, 53 up in LJ, 54 in Helen, 60 though in Gainesville, 64 here in Atlanta and Griffin, 61 in Thomaston, and 65 in Eatonton. There we go. Things are starting to roll along here. Now, as for our temperature change, overall we're about the same as we were this time yesterday. A few spots a little warmer, a few spots a little cooler, but we all know how the Goldilocks story goes, though. When you put it all together, it's just about right. Now, the one thing you will notice is tonight will be a little bit cooler than what we saw this morning, and one of the reasons is we're going to see a wind shift as the system starts to push into our direction, and that's basically going to allow our temperatures to drop just a little bit as we head into the overnight hours. So instead of the mid-50s, we're going to be dealing with the mid-40s here in Atlanta, and really most of North Georgia dealing with the 40s. Just a few of the higher elevations like Blairsville and over into Helen that could be seeing the upper 30s as you wake up for your Sunday morning. What we all will see, though, is the potential for a little bit of rain to move on in, and you'll see that with our highs only getting up into the upper 50s, maybe some lower 60s out there. Covington may make it up to 60, 61 in Rome, 60 in Athens. I think for the most part, though, if you're north of I-20, you're going to be looking at temperatures into the upper 50s. So here's the big story. Here's what's been happening. Today we had that high pressure, brought up some very warm southerly air from the Gulf of Mexico. You see New Orleans got up to 77, Jackson, Mississippi, 76. Same for us in Atlanta. Charleston and Houston even made it up into the 80s for today. But we do have our next storm system over Texas. And believe it or not, the frontal area that kind of pushed through earlier today didn't really bring us any rain, but it is, again, bringing a wind shift with some cooler temperatures overnight. But it is bringing the wind this afternoon, and it's going to be eventually bringing that moisture because that low pressure system is ultimately going to ride along that front and bring in the showers. And we're going to notice that roll in overnight after the midnight hour and in through early morning tomorrow. Notice for Sunday, the bulk of the rain does stay further to the south. It's really going to be staying along the front, the Gulf Coast. So folks along the Florida Panhandle, extreme southern Georgia, northern Florida over towards Jacksonville. That's where we have the best chance of rain, the best chance for thunderstorms. For us, no thunderstorm threat for our Sunday. We're going to be just seeing those shower potential move through. And then as we head into Monday, the back edge of the system is a little more potent on this one. So that's where we're going to see our heaviest, steadiest rains. It's going to be Monday morning and into the earlier afternoon. Folks living south of I-20 could see a few isolated rumbles of thunder. No severe potential with this, but I'm not going to rule out a few lightning strikes for our Monday morning and into the afternoon. Notice, though, this is both really Sunday and Monday, even though it says Monday, because really the temperatures are about the same. We're going to be looking at upper 50s to lower 60s across most of North Georgia. So that was the overview. Let's knock it down hour by hour. So this is going into the overnight hours tonight. So 7 a.m. Sunday. This is tomorrow morning. A lot of you waking up, heading out to Sunday services, maybe your morning errands. Heck, a lot of you may even just want to take a jog outdoors. If you do that, bundle up. One, it's going to be a little chilly in the 40s. Two, it's going to be wet. Notice our high-resolution model here does have the showers a little more widespread as we go throughout the morning hours. Folks in extreme North Georgia, so, Rabun, Habersham County, over towards White County, Fannin, and Gilmer, you may not actually see the showers for tomorrow. In fact, you could see sunny skies by the afternoon because this is all moisture coming up from the south, and it may just not reach that far up towards the north. Meanwhile, we get a break, maybe even a few peaks of sunshine, and as we head on in towards the afternoon and evening hours, a few scattered showers do begin to work their way back in. Overnight, tomorrow into early Monday, heavier, steadier rains start to arrive. They're going to linger through the morning commute, maybe a break here and there, but either way, the roads are still going to be slick. I really would just recommend having a lot of extra time to get to the office on Monday. We all know how traffic is when it gets to be a little bit on the slicker side out there, so I'd expect a few more accidents and backups than usual. And the system kind of just sits and spins over us for the morning hours. It's not until we get into the afternoon that the rain starts to pull out of the region. The good news is once it does, the sun will quickly move out from behind it, and it's going to be absolutely gorgeous there. Now, don't forget tonight going into tomorrow, we do have our time change, so set those clocks forward 1 hour. If you're anything like me, most of your clocks are automatic, but your vehicle, your microwave, and your oven, those are going to be the big three that you need to push forward 1 hour. And then as we head on into our daylight for the next several days, obviously it's the same amount of daylight, we've just kind of shifted it. So your mornings are going to be a little darker, but your evenings are going to have a bit more light towards the end of the day. Now, as we go past Monday, we mentioned lots of sunshine out there. We're going to be seeing 75 on Tuesday. Huge warm up on the way next week. Beautiful sunny skies continue into Wednesday with highs pretty much near 80 across most of North Georgia. And then as we head on in towards Thursday, a few more clouds start to roll in. We're going to have a weak front try and push its way through. Very moisture starved. I don't foresee a lot of anything other than maybe a wind shift, and that's not even going to cool us down. 73 is cooler mainly because of the clouds that are in place, not because of anything else that's happening. But we're up to 76 on Friday, and then our next robust system I think is going to hold off until we get into next weekend. So it's something that we're going to keep an eye on. As of right now, it shows the potential for maybe a few strong storms late Saturday into early Sunday, but obviously 7 days out, it is just way too early to pinpoint that. But it is something that I guarantee you, if you're on social media, you've already seen all these social meteorologists trying to call it out. Keep in mind, it's too early, but it is a system to keep an eye out on. So notice we're going to have plenty of warm air in place, 75 degrees for the high on Saturday. So there will be plenty of fuel for any moisture and any storms that do roll in. But we're just going to have to wait and see as we get closer and closer to the event. Do the actual parameters line up? Do we have the shear? Do we have the cape? Do we have the trough tilted in the right direction? All of these things have to come together, and that's just not something we can pinpoint out there right now. But overall, let's not focus on that. Let's get through our 2 first alert weather days, Sunday and Monday, mainly for morning rain both days, and then scattered showers Sunday afternoon, and then Tuesday and Wednesday are the days. If you can, hit the patio for lunch. You can hear me talk about that a lot because I'm a huge fan of it. And with highs up near 80 on Wednesday, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous out there. As for that, that is your forecast for today. Again, I am 11.